an aunt, a friend.
It's me. I am the statistic. I knew something was wrong, and I went to the emergency room even after seeing my doctor on Friday. They kept telling me nothing was wrong, but I knew differently. I was having symptoms that were easily justified. I was a 43-year-old in good health, but I was having symptoms like fatigue, shortness of breath, overly anxious, excessive sweat, difficulty sleeping, gastrointestinal issues, difficulty concentrating. But my health had been flawless, and my primary care physician of 20 years told me that I was fine. He simply dismissed me, telling me I was tired. Instead of being dismissed, the emergency room doctors finally listened. Everything at the hospital seemed normal. And then life as I knew it changed, automatically, immediately. I dropped in full cardiac arrest in the middle of the emergency room, where I sustained 56 minutes of CPR. I had a full-blown blockage in what's referred to as the Widowmaker. Not only had I had a heart attack, I also suffered an anoxic brain injury. I had brain damage so bad that I had to relearn how to tie my shoes, even drive a car. And because I am who I am, I joined the Mayo Clinic Women Heart Group and spent 4 days in Rochester, Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic learning everything that there could be about cardiovascular disease, the causes, the treatments, and the advocacy that goes along with it. And although I had come away with great knowledge, I still suffered 2 more heart attacks back to back 1 week apart. I kept on with my journey, advocating for women without a voice, through media, articles, internet, public speaking opportunities, and even visiting on Capitol Hill with lawmakers to change so no one went through what I had gone through already. But that still wasn't enough. While knowledge is power, I had to have answers why I was continuing to have cardiac issues. I spent years jumping from cardiologist to cardiologist with no answers. And finally, my new primary care physician figured something out. I was finally diagnosed with microvascular disease, also known as small vessel disease. And while that was enough, there was more. I was now diagnosed with high LP(a), which is a lipoprotein. A colleague once called LP(a) good cholesterol's naughty little brother. The LP(a) test is a blood work that's done by your family practitioner or your cardiologist. And while this seems so new to most of us, the history of LP(a) testing was not invented in a single moment. It actually started in 1963. By the 70s, researchers had begun to understand the correlation between the two. But it wasn't until 2024 when the endorsement finally came through for the National Lipid Association. LP(a) test is a cholesterol-carrying lipoprotein that's in your blood. Your level is mostly inherited. It doesn't mean that you necessarily have it if your sisters or brothers do, but it also doesn't mean that you don't have it. It is an indicator of coronary artery disease. It is diagnosed through a simple blood test, and your insurance will pay for it. So here's my challenge to you. Reach out to your primary care physician, your cardiologist. Ask for the LP(a) test. Even though it's becoming more standard, it is not a standard required test. So please ask for it, specifically. And more specifically, globally, 8.6 million females die from cardiovascular disease every year. One more is far too many. Reach out to me with questions. I'm more than happy to help you with support groups and physicians and any questions you might have.
A heart of stone. A woman, a mom, a sister, an aunt, a friend. Her journey's far from over. This is not the end.